And we are live. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, King Gabe here, and cool. See somebody already waiting for us there. That's say yes, amen. Excuse me. I had a little something in my throat just saying, but yep, but yeah, like I say, but yeah, so we're all here, about ready to talk about the. It's the EJS, yes. And please stop bugging me about this software update. Anyway, but we got EJS in here. What's up? What's up? Yes. And Janara. What's going on there? You and also Billy. Billy from the Power Rangers there with her. So, yep. So good to see our first guest and everything. So all right, let's go. Let's dive into this and like I say, as my folks say at my 11th birthday party. I mean, actually, 12th birthday party. When it's like, okay, we're gonna start, and when the others get here, they join in, and okay, Daddy, you say the grace. So, yeah, we're gonna go and start this here. Just letting just letting everybody know. Like I say, ones who's here, along with other people that will probably watch this on the replay and everything. Um, like what you're about to hear and everything, as well as our other videos on this channel. Definitely like, share, and subscribe there. Like I said, this is also addressing people watching on the replay that haven't done that. Um, and also definitely get our available books, we have, and also definitely support us on that. Definitely support the channel on that Patreon, just like your boy EJ the Supreme does, and Big Sis Casey and Iceman Universe, and also um, definitely hang out with us on Facebook and Discord. There, very easy. That's very easy, and also let's tell each other some stuff on that Macari app. Get us a little extra ka-ching. So do all of that, and also definitely be on the lookout. Like I say, there's definitely going to be a lot more. Definitely going to be live streams from both me and also from EJS. He's also doing live mostly Monday and then Fridays. I gotta like I say, gotta I got I'll be off tomorrow, so I definitely will be doing watching the replay of his live Monday to see what I missed out on there, because my dang day job had to put me on the night shift. Yeah, I came home. I was like, I was like, honey, I would have much rather be in EJ stream and done Kroger that morning, then come home and watch the stream. Like, why you do that to me? So yeah, so, so yeah, yep. Monday and Friday start time eight or eight, anywhere between 8 to 8:30. Just like that's kind of seem like that's kind of the default of a lot of streams. Now sometimes they might, because I've seen, so been some cases where me and him have done seven for reasons, different reasons, but that's mostly the default time. It's 8 to 8:30 Monday and Fridays. Yep, I appreciate it there, EJ. Yep, and no, yep. So yeah, that's most of the default time whenever we do our stream. His is Monday, Friday. Mine's I'm guaranteed to always be here Sunday for Bible reading. Definitely, the definitely Bible reading right after I get out of church, and I let you guys know, hey, I'm out of church and I'm about to, preparing for the stream. Y'all be ready in the community tab and stuff. And as far as the other days and other topics like what we're about to talk about now, it just kind of varies based upon my work schedule there. But usually, mostly Sundays, you always guarantee you're going to see me here, unless something comes up where I can't get here on Sunday. And if that happens, then the Bible reading live stream gets pushed to the nearest day it can. But it will, but that week will not leave without a Bible reading. So yeah, that's one thing you can definitely guarantee. And other streams will kind of vary. So just a heads up on that. There, like I say, so yeah, and there's a few other videos that will be coming too. Yeah, we will be getting some other videos, especially future collaboration videos like the Captain America review that we all got together for. That was a lot of fun, and even made a little short of us singing Teen Titans there. Teen Titans, go! Say Mr. Deacon Director EJ. So that was that was a lot of fun. It kind of went in an unexpected direction. I was thinking, but it was a lot, but it was still fun. Though, yeah, yeah. Like I said, that's one thing about fun. You can't really explain it, and it can be very spontaneous, as SpongeBob say. So, all right. So, I don't I don't rant. So yeah, I guess it's kind of fitting since we're about to talk about church life. I don't ramble like a preacher. It's like, no, and no, I'm not. I have not been called to be a preacher. I'm just letting you guys know that I didn't get the call on that yet. That's like I say, but I would just mention, with the rambling, a lot of preachers sometimes will do that, especially preachers that are kind of up in age, elderly preachers there, or from the old school there. No disrespect, but that's just kind of a thing that some of them will do. I grew up with preachers like that. The pastor that I had, God rest his soul, from my very first church I went to and got baptized at, he was like that. He was around a very long time before he passed away, and went home to Jesus. So yeah, Pastor G.W. Odom, and some of y'all watching may know him because he was pretty well known there. He pastored both New Bethlehem Baptist Church, that's where I started at, and he also at the same time pastored Union Star Baptist Church, not too far from New Bethlehem. And how he did that, I had that's I think he's about the now there may be other pastors that do pastor two churches, but he was the at that time, that was the only pastor that I knew who did that. Like I said, it could be others, but that was the only one I knew that did that. Pastor Odom. How he would do that, he would pastor New Bethlehem Baptist Church on, yeah, he would be at New Bethlehem on second and fourth Sundays. Then on first and third Sundays, he'd be at Union Star. So so when he wasn't at New Bethlehem, obviously his ministers, took over. And also on those Sundays, first and third for us at New Bethlehem, that was Youth Sunday. So I'm assuming that it was vice versa for Union Star, same setup. And whenever Fifth Sunday came around, 'cause you got those Fifth Sunday months. Whenever Fifth Sunday came around, it would alternate. Say like, okay, like we got a Fifth Sunday coming up right before my birthday, on the March the 30th. So let's just say this Fifth Sunday, uh, and oh wait, no, okay, I'm looking at that wrong. Okay, but yeah, this Fifth Sunday, just say if he was at New Bethlehem for this Fifth Sunday service, that would mean that Union Star would come over to our church for morning worship, as for that Fifth Sunday. And then the next time you have a Fifth Sunday, just say for example, maybe in June or July, for example, he would be over at Union Star, and we at New Bethlehem after Sunday school would go over to Union Star for morning worship there. So that was how it kind of worked there. That's pretty much how we did things there, with two churches, and united with each other. So yep, sort of like how we unite as the Miracle Crew. So yeah, kind of like me and EJ, we two different channels, and sometimes and time we cross over and unite. and and like we did recently, we had the girls uniting with us there for the full crew, So yep. So that's so yep, we do that sometimes. Got to do what it do. So um, so let's go to the very beginning of my church life, growing up. So and hope y'all like that thumbnail. It kind of made me look a little bigger than what I am. Maybe that might be accurate. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest. I honestly just as they say, like they like they say in the church, y'all tell the truth. Don't sit there. Don't sit there and tell no lie. Tell the truth. So in honesty, I have not really kept up with like how many pounds I am or what my weight is there. I just know I'm big. So that's all I know is I'm a big guy. So um not I'm not tall, but I'm a big width guy. Now how that size B kind of varies from time to time. I've heard people like like my mother-in-law and my grandpa-in-law like, oh, Gabe, you've lost some weight. And so I've heard from from like them like other people's observation. That's what they told me when I was last week when I was on vacation from my day job there. That way after when we went to visit them after all my spring cleaning and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, well, thank you. So maybe, yeah, maybe I am. But yeah, like I say, I hadn't been keeping up with it. So yeah, apparently somebody noticed that. Okay, well, thank you very much. They always say thank you very much. So yeah, like I said, going back to the very beginning. Okay, uh, so of course I've been in the church obviously ever since I was a little baby. Obviously, like I said, my folks, they obviously brought me in the church. Um, I I'm pretty sure I was. Now I know I was at New Bethlehem around anywhere between like three and up there. I know that for sure. I'm not no, so I assume that I've been there ever since pretty much newborn, or I may have been at some other church, or I could have been there ever since newborn, and because I know my folks have a tendency on special occasions there to visit other churches. So that's a thing. So yeah, I've probably been at New Bethlehem ever since I came into this world, and we visited other churches because we even when I became of age there, we've done that quite a bit. My mom and I have visited other churches. And I mentioned about the thing with New Bethlehem and Union Star, and crossing over and stuff. Um, we will sometimes be on program at other churches. That would happen a lot, and then a lot of times, sometimes my grandparents would take us to visit other churches. And there's also another, also especially particular reason I'm going to get to in a minute there that involved one of my family members. Um, so from the beginning, yeah, I had, like I say, been in the church. When I got to 5 years old, after my fifth birthday, um, fifth after my fifth birthday that summer, because my birthday, of course, in March coming up. So that summer following after my birthday, in June, I accepted Christ into my life. Went up, like when they put the chair out, and now we're gonna open the doors of the church. Went up there, accepted Christ, like I say, at 5 years old, and so July, so a few Sundays later, in July, they I was baptized, and I actually this is why I definitely um, This is why definitely, I know I'm gonna next month I'm gonna get that gonna get me new TV, um, say for one of the rooms, and then later a new one for another room, and in the future get something to transfer all my VHSs onto Blu-rays or DVDs there, whichever one. So that way I can watch them and I don't have to worry about them getting eaten up or anything. So especially because I mean a lot of my VHSs are home movies and stuff like that, and one of them VHSs is of course my baptism tape. Yeah, I definitely do not want to lose that. And of course, there is me and Christina's wedding tape too. But we'll get into that there. The baptism. Um, that VHS. This was actually my mom's first time film with the camera. There would be other times where she would film things. Um, for like family functions and stuff like that, or at the church. There were other times where we had different church functions filmed with camera crew or something like that. So in this case, this was my mom's first time with this camera, and okay, this is 1993, by the way. I'm 5 years old, so you can probably imagine what kind of camcorder she probably that was probably given her to use. It was one of them big bulky cameras, yeah. And um, I can't remember who it was that gave. I'm not sure if they gave it to her or they just let her borrow it. I'm not completely sure, but it was somebody. I think it was one of our neighbors. He was born. Oh yes, he was. You're 5 years under me. Yep. So you were a matter of fact, because you're July 11th, EJ. So I think that's pretty much like I say, because I know that's the month I was baptized. So as I as they say, I baptize you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. And around that same time, it's the boy. We'll name him Edwin Josh Sherman. Yeah. So yeah, that's two things were going on that month there. Boy, yep. Almost kind of make me think. Now I know it's a little different, but it's sort of making me think of Jesus and John the Baptist there. They were now in their case they were not years apart; they were months apart there. But it's sort of giving me that vibe with you and me there. Let's see. I know John the Baptist was born before Jesus because he had to be the forerunner. So I guess age-wise, that would make me John the Baptist, and you would be do so. You would come say, baptize me. I should be asking you for baptism. This is my son, to whom I am well pleased. So, yeah, I guess it'd be something like that there if we was in that position. Um, so yeah, like you say, yeah, baptized around the same time you were born. These are the, yes, they definitely were. Especially Jesus. John will tell you that himself. He say, hey, I'm just the forerunner, you guys. Is that Jesus? No, I'm John the Baptist. I'm the forerunner. The one I'm telling you about, he is greater than me. I'm not even worthy to unbuckle his sandals there. So yeah, yeah, John made sure to clear that up quick. So props to John now again, making sure they knew who Jesus was. So yeah, he made sure of that there. So, meanwhile, so yeah, like I said, I got so back with the day that I got baptized. Um, so I remember I know this is kind of odd, especially of remembering this detail there, but like I say, that's how my mind works there. Especially when I see stuff on TV or video. But so whoever it was that gave my mom the camera or let her borrow it, I remember the very beginning of the video. You get static, then when it clears up, you hear this the voice of the person who gave it who she was talking to. You didn't press so I press record again. Okay, mash it again. Okay, now mash it again. So then it cuts to you see me eating breakfast at my house right before we got ready to go to church. I'm already dressed and everything. I had a nice little because since I was finna go get baptized, I was gonna have now later I would have like my suit on and stuff like that for the morning worship service. But before then, going to the church and ready for baptism, I just had on some basic kind of just some nice basic casual dress pants with a white button down shirt. And so I was all dressed. I was eating cornflakes there. Um, and I think I remember I didn't have my glasses just yet. I think I got my glasses right before I started school there. So I if I recall in this video, and then there's another video just that happened 2 Sundays after I was baptized in August. Um, I think, but I know it was in August when this other memory of mine happened. But I know in both of these videos I did not have glasses yet. So, uh, yeah, as so like the time when Arthur didn't have glasses on Arthur and PBS, and his DW like you were born with glasses. so so anyway, so I was eating cornflakes. And my mom, she was kind of kind of panning the camera around and stuff as I was eating, trying to kind of get used to it. Sort of like when you break in a new pair of shoes, or before I started school had to break in wearing glasses. And any of y'all watching that's worn glass, that's like, especially when you wear glass for the first time, when you first get them, especially prescribed, you have to adapt to that medicine in them, and it for it's not permanent, just temporal. You kind of be like, oh, I'm dizzy, man, dizzy. So yeah, it kind of takes a while to adapt to them and stuff like that. Shoes, it might sometimes you have to adapt to the size of them and stuff like that, and so on and so on. So she was trying to get used to the camera, and I think kind of trying like to zoom in out, possibly a few other buttons there. Then then she came to me, had me in view. Like, then she said, "What are you eating, Gabe?" And I didn't say this for I guess you say, so I guess to say I was trying to eat some cornflakes. So, like, what are you eating? Hi, Gabriel. Say something. What are you eating? So finally, cornflakes. Cornflakes? All right. Gabriel, what's going to happen today? I'm going to get baptized in the water. Going to get baptized in the water? All right. Why are you going to get baptized? Because you believe in who? Jesus. Who do you believe in? Jesus. Yeah, I think she was trying to. I think like when they, especially them gospel songs when they say, "No, I can't hear you. Say it louder." No, louder. Yeah. So yeah, I think she was trying to, give me the shout. So, Jesus. Yeah, I believe in Jesus. Oh, well, see you at church, Gabriel. So then we go to church. Pastor Odom, I think Sunday school was ending when she started. He was doing like a little prayer right before the baptism, and everybody got in place. And I remember oh Lord, he heard my cry. It was oh the Lord, he heard my cry. And then the video kind of cut. Then when it came back on, the big moment, baptism. So it was two. It was one of the ministers and one of the deacons there that was in the baptism pool, uh, and brought me down in there and everything. And I'm gonna tell you, yeah, there's gonna be some singing off and on there. You know, if we at church, you know, you gotta sing at church. Yes, I actually, I'm gonna get to that. I was a youth deacon, um, and there's something else about the deacon thing that I'm gonna get to. Yeah, like I said, so I will. Oh yeah, we're getting there. You like me right now, EJ. When I'm waiting to see the next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh on Saturday morning, I can't. I be like, no, I don't want to wait through the whole week of going, having to go Monday through Friday. I want to get the next Saturday right now. So yeah, that and some other shows too there. So yeah, so they brought me down in the pool there, and yeah, one thing, I'm not a I will admit I don't really like going underwater. This is I'm not really I'm not really much of a swimmer. I'm more of a floater when it like because I've now I have floated on the water before, just on the surface and stuff. But yeah, for the life of me, I do not do dunking my head in. But this event, this event though, I was, like, I kind of, I admit I was nervous about the whole going under the water, but like you say, this was this was, part of the baptisms, like and they say like the humble sheep, mm, so they got me set up on the great hand of the church. My brother, on by the confession of your faith, my brother, I baptize you in the name of the Son and of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost. And, and you have a few people going, Amen. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and and thanks to how mom's filming was in that VHS, there's a lot of scenes where you get to see um Bethlehem really has a good ceiling. We have a really good carpeting and everything. We get to see. I mean, you get to see the carpet got really good details and everything. And the ceiling, the lights all aligned well and everything. Bethlehem really got it going on. Yeah, yeah, that and it was kind of like I said, first time filming, but I remember one of the ministers that was a real good friend of ours was watching my baptism video. He kind of made that joke like, oh wow, Diane, we got some nice lights and good carpeting in the church. Oh boy, so yeah. Oh, yeah, then they then it got to I think it was where it was something that we did. I remember I was sitting with for this part of the service. I sat with Pastor Odom's sister, his sister, Sister Mashak, and we it was I think it was like the right hand. It was something about which had to do with my hand there. I can't quite think of it. You know what? If because I know you've, and I know, I think you've recently done a baptism or two since you've been a deacon. I think EJ, or either if not, and you probably remember, probably seen it at your church. Usually what they do after they baptize somebody, and it's something they do, like I think extend their hand of fellowship or something like that. Um, but yeah, it's something like that there. So there was that. And then of course they started the service. Um, well, the main like they did an altar call where he was they him they was doing an altar call prayer. Uh, then then what they did it was me and there was some other kids that got baptized too. Before I did, so all of us got went up there to get Bibles there. And the Bibles we got, they were New Testament. They had New Testament and Psalms and Proverbs. Now I did have a Bible before then. That had like Old and New Testament. That still it still should be at the house. Like, but they gave us like New Testament, Psalm, and Proverb Bibles, and then of course got ready to start the service. Well, okay, the service already started. Why I keep saying start the service, but then they went into another song. It was first, I sat. I actually come. My grandparents they were there obviously to see me get baptized, visiting mom's family, and also one of my uncles was there as well. He was real young back then. Okay, he was the young he was still at that young he at this sense because I was like 5 years old. He was like in his 20s. The uncle of mine that came. He was kind of just had a little Jerry curl and everything. He was and it's, so um when so the first when Pastor Odom, Sister Meshach, look where he brought me from. Oh, look where he brought me from. Brought me out of the darkness. Look, brought me in the light. Look where he brought me from. I'm gonna say it one more time. Our God outside his name. I, yeah, so there's some part of the song, like, yeah, it's kind of fuzzy to me, but yeah, and then um Deacon Burns, oh man, now he looking back at this flashback, in my opinion, his number hit. So his number, he's a the, the angels watching over me. Yeah. And the thing and what really had a lot of our attention, he was the only one that Sunday who wasn't using a mic. But he was projecting his voice to the point he didn't really need the mic. So he was like say leading the song and everything, but he never did grab a hold of the mic. And then plus another thing, he had this handkerchief he kept kind of waving across as he was singing. Uh, at one point during his singing, he dropped that handkerchief, and my big papa got up to pick it up. So, oh no, watch it over me. And then right before the sermon, what Pastor Odom is his eyes on the sparrow. I sing, I said I sing, I'm free. I sing, I said I sing because I'm happy. Hey. And he was even hopping too. Like man, Pastor Odom, when he get happy, he can move. He can move and be like at one point he was moving. He took a look back, then hopped back up to the pulpit. Yeah. Oh boy. When they get when that spirit hit, you can move. You can move. You think say like, oh, like like today my my foot hurt and everything. Dude, that spirit get hold of you. What foot hurting? Say what foot pain? I'm free. So yeah, and and of course so he kind of rambled a little bit there. That he always did that before, sometime after the sermon there. And then I think I can't think of the scripture. I can't think of the scripture. It's on the tape, but I know the subject. The subject was let the redeem of the Lord say so. And one of the things I remember really well that in while he was, when he was up preaching everything, he was talking about one of the things he mentioned, back to the dust. Well, deacons, back to the dust. He say, man, from the dust of the earth and dust as you is that you'll go back. Don't you know when you get mad with people, you ain't getting mad with nothing but dust? So, yeah. So, this thing, I remember that being emphasized a lot in the sermon there. So, yeah, there was that there, and of course, now a few Sundays after I got baptized, you say sang. We had a back to school musical there. Just short right after I got baptized there, um, and all of us, the youth choir, and I was part of it and everything. We all had choir robes on there. Yeah, you remember? I don't know if I don't know if your church choir does choir robes or not. I haven't seen choir robes recently done it. Not at the church like where I go to now at Brookwood. We don't. I haven't seen them with choir robes. And even before Brookwood, like when I was at First Baptist, um, I think we may have some choir robes at one point, but there were sometimes we didn't have them. Now I'm not. It kind of a little fuzzy on that. We may have them sometime. I'm not completely sure. You have but you bet. Yeah, I think that's kind of how it was at First Baptist before I went to Brookwood. There, First Baptist. That's where I was there after New Bethlehem, but before Brookwood. So sort of in the middle of my church life there, sort of the middle part. Um, yeah, I guess I don't know. I'm just making an assumption based upon this. Maybe the choir robes. I mean, it could be still used at other, maybe regularly at other churches, but maybe it's not something that's very regular nowadays. Um, so I don't know, but it was a big thing. But I know it was a big thing, But we had choir robe now. We as the youth, we just had them on for the program. Um, Mostly the adults had the choir robes on whenever they went up to sing there, but the youth didn't really wear them regularly. Like I say, it was mostly for that program, the back to school musical, and yeah, I think, and there were other churches that were like that too that I visited and everything. Union Star, I think they had choir robes, obviously. Um, where my oldest uncle on my mom's side, her oldest brother, who's a pastor, who was a pastor and everything. The churches that he pastored back then had choir robes there. So, um, but with the back to school musical, they yeah, it was basically we singing different songs like the opening song we did like what a mighty God we serve. Oh, what he's done for me. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. So we had all them. We had a couple of guests. The One of the guests that led our devotion was I think I want to say I think it was because we had a member at our church named Deacon Bats there, Deacon Sam Bats there, but apparently, I think he may have been related to to Deacon Bats, but he was a minister though. But like I said, he led the devotion from the pulpit and everything, with the 100 psalms, and then after that, sung a song or two. The master of ceremony for that program was none other than I don't know. Let me know if you've heard of this guy, EJ. Uh, Minister DJ Bobby Jones from KOK Radio. He was the master of ceremony, and let me tell you, he has some energy there. um, Matter of fact, at one point during the program, he told us a little short story. He said so. Yep. 'Cause I know we've listened to KOK radio station, but yeah, Bobby. I don't know. I don't think he's still around though. But yeah, that's what his name was, Bobby Jones. Yeah. Um. So he told the story he told. He said, well, there were these two guys. They was in the car. Uh, the driver and the passenger. So driver, he asked his passenger. He said, take a look down there. I'm finna bag out. Take a look and let me know if there's a car coming down the road. Passenger looked and said, I don't see a car coming down the road. Bag on out. Bam! I thought you said it wasn't a car coming down the road. He said it wasn't. It was a truck. It was a truck. Like, oh my God. Um, kind of similar to a joke my big papa once told, about a greyhound. It was an elderly guy who he could see, but his sight wasn't completely 100%. So it was kind of blurry. So he asked the young buck. The young buck, he was spinning a little chain around and everything. Yeah, he looked over at the young buck, said, "What is anything coming down the road? I'm finna cross the street. Anything coming?" Young buck said, little hound, little hound, little hound." And the elder man, he's thinking like, little hound. Oh, I can handle a little hound dog there. He walks over across that street, bam, and tell that he's flat on the street. He lifts up like, I thought you said it wasn't. I thought you said it was a little old hound dog. Oh man, oh no 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 no, I didn't say that. Little greyhound bus, little greyhound bus. Oh boy, great. So, so any, so yeah. Then things got. So then we had some other performances at the musical. It was a guy who played Amazing Grace on the saxophone there. Um, and also there was some moments. Like I said, this was my um first time, like in a program with the youth choir after becoming part of the youth choir. Um, Still 5 years old, and let's just say I got like I say, I was kind of adapting to be in the choir, and my mom, she was kind of sitting like over on the side near the choir to kind of make kind of keep an eye on me and everything. So yeah, let's just say after a while I got not right off when everything started, but as it went along, I started to get a little hyped up there, and I think what it was, I think part of me was seeing Bobby Jones in action, because there was a part like when it was like victory is mine, victory is mine. Like Bobby Jones, he got into it and everything. One of the other ministers, Minister Ware, was into it and everything, kind of, and also directing us there. And seeing all this, you know how when you're a small kid, you mimic a lot of stuff you see. Yeah, I was mimicking what Bobby Jones was doing, because he was doing all this dancing and stuff. So I was mimicking what he was doing, like, it's mine. Today is mine. Let me tell. Now you talk about a party. That's a Holy Ghost party right there. Yeah, bring your kids down to the Holy Ghost party here at the church. Victory is mine. Yeah, it was it started to get pumping in that church there. Bobby Jones had a little moment there, sort of imagine, how Jim Carrey has his moment in the Sonic movies and stuff like that. Imagine that, but in a church format there. Yeah, so yeah, it's like the church version of Jim Carrey in there. So yeah, I mean, he was going. I mean, they were going like he's the joy of my salvation. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's the strength. He's my way. And just going and going yeah, it just went like you say. I was trying to remember there was something. Oh yeah, there was also there was a she I think she was a guest, but there was a girl, a real light skinned girl there, probably I would say anywhere between 7 and 8 years old, and I'm like five, and I'm just gonna say her first name, Ashley, and I saw her and I was like, hi. So I was, yeah, had a little love at the church there. Had a little crush in the church there. At 5 years old, I might add. So yeah, saw her singing "God Has Smiled on Me" there, and she say, "He has set me free." So yeah, that kind of caught my attention there. I did try to speak to her after church was out, though. Say, just to clarify, right before we were all taking out the Pizza Hut after the program. Um, so yeah, I did. So that was some good. So it was, yeah, that was a blast. The back to school musical. So, I guess that and let's see what trying to think what else was there. I know we had like I said, it's not completely in order, but just as it comes to me. So like you say, EJ, I know we had what was called church lock-ins. Um, I don't know, as a let me know if you've heard of a church, if you heard of that, EJ. The lock-ins when you actually spent the night at the church. So like a sleepover at church there. So yeah, a lot of some of what we a lot of time there was sometimes it was on a Friday night, and we'd be there Saturday morning. A few times we came there that Saturday night and woke up that Sunday morning, just in time to, you know, for a regular church service and everything. So yeah, we had like little activities and stuff like that. We did church, fun church activities and everything. It was yeah, it was pretty fun. Now that was pretty fun. You imagine you get to sleep over at your church there. So had that there. I'm trying to. I also know I was part of the drill team as well. Drill team, sir. Drill team. Yes. About face. It's like the church military there. So yeah, the drill thing. They had we would. I remember one of the things they have. Name the books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, First Samuel, Second Samuel, First King, Second King, First. Yeah, so on and so on like that. There, yeah. And then we even address of the church and everything. By the way, if y'all notice the thumbnail, that picture in my thumbnail for this stream, that's actually and I kind of ran it through AI a little bit, but the original picture before I did that, it's actually what New Bethlehem looks like right now when I looked it up on Google Maps. And look like they've kind of changed it up a little bit there. Because Christina looked at it because she actually went with me once to New Bethlehem, and then the next time she went to church with me, we was at First Baptist. But she had went to New Bethlehem with me once to visit, and that from what we remember, it was like, yeah, it looks a lot different than it did back then there. Um, so yeah, but excuse me, sorry about that. And the other things with New Bethlehem. Speaking of crushes, like I said, I had a crush way back at the back to school musical. There was, I think this was in the fourth grade, still at church. At one point, I had there was two different girls, but not just I didn't chase them at the same time. Though, I'm just saying. But they were sisters though, and both of them were teenagers as well. And I'm like 9 years old, by the way. So um, there was one that I was the first one I was had a crush on. She does not she was not very she was not very I don't think either, but she was the least tolerant of this little boy coming after me talking about he got a crush on me. Yeah, but you know how when you're that age, you're like, you always want. That's the I heard somebody point that out. You always want the one that don't, has the least interest in you. That's I don't know. It's just some of us boys just work like that at that age there. Um, but there was this one time we got out of Sunday school, like to say, you're excused until the morning service. The minute Sunday school ended, I ran over to this girl. I'm gonna say the name. I'm just saying the first name. Rosie was the first one. I ran over to Rosie and I hugged her from behind. Now, keep in mind, I'm 9 and she's a teenager, so obviously she's taller than me. So when I hugged her, my arms went around kind of her waist, kind of, and I said, "Hi, Rosie." And so almost kind of like that Urkel voice, kind of, and she like, "What?" And she stood there for a while. I'm still hugging her, and she took a moment, looked down, and looked. And when she saw me, I was like, "Hi." So, oh boy, I said it. And then I guess at some point I just I didn't I stopped chasing her. Then I had a crush on her sister Sarah, and also another one of the youth. He was actually a youth leader. He was kind of like the star youth leader. Uh, Me and him had sort of a rivalry for Sarah, and I remember there was one time church was out, and when Sarah came out, both me was like, "Hey, Sarah, I picked you a flower," and I got you two flowers. I got three. I got four. But we you sitting there, we going. Sarah immediately ran and told both of our mamas to get us to stop. Like, and we look at each other. Now look what you've done. So, oh my goodness. They say love make you do some crazy things. Uh, but yeah, there was moments like that. And of course, I know I mentioned about the church plays where I was, constantly playing the angel Gabriel for so long, and then eventually got other roles like got to play Jesus and then Abraham. I know I mentioned that in the acting history. Um, then let me see. So another thing I remember. Okay, I mentioned about my mom's oldest brother. My oldest uncle. He he's the past. So he back then he pastored Morning Star. I think it was called Morning. the church was called Morning Star, but it was out. It was kind of out, like going out toward like Mansfield and Stonewall kind of area. But he was the path out there, kind of out in the country, for a little while. And then when I was about like 6, he got called to a church in Houston, Texas. So each year, he pastored that church all the way up to when I got into the 6th grade, and then I think they moved back here because he got called to pastor St. Peter Baptist Church. Um, and I remember during the years he was in Houston, pastoring this church. I can't remember what that church was. New, no, not oh man, I know. Okay, I know. I remember Zion, like I said, Morning Star, and he came back from St. Peter, but I can't remember that church he pastored in Houston. But what I do remember, like we would go visit him whenever he had a pastor's anniversary out there, and also, yeah, obviously when he first got there and everything. The first Sunday pastoring that church. But yeah, we would go. Excuse me. Yeah, we would definitely go to visit and attend this service and everything out there. Um, we also have visited other, as I mentioned before, other churches that sometime would have a revival. Like sometime Uncle would have a revival at some of these churches back here in Shreveport that we went to, or sometime be a revival, a preacher that my grand Big Papa them kind of knew that they wanted to go check out. Um, so we have been to quite a few different revivals and stuff like that. Um, and what yo, I get on my nerves. Um, there was that. I think something else. I think oh yeah, a few other programs we had back in New Bethlehem. Um, when I said I was in the drill team, there's a video of the pastor's anniversary where the drill team did a performance for the pastor's anniversary. Then we had we had a couple other things we used to have at the church. Obviously, yeah, we did have Vacation Bible School every year, just like they in church, and we still see that now. I would say it's possibly a few things might be a little different over the years, but VBS is still there. Even at Brookwood, we still got that there. To say it's been a while since I've been to it because, like I say, being at work and stuff like that, I don't really, like I say, it's fortunate that I can even get out there on Sundays there. But so yeah, so we had that, had different VBSs. Um, excuse me there. Then we also had something else called Congress. It's sort of similar to BBS. I don't know if any other churches ever did this, but I do remember when we had Congress, it was usually the week after VBS, and it had classes just like VBS, but it was like it was set up a little differently, and I remember we would a lot of time have it at our church in Bethlehem. We would be over at Tabernacle Baptist Church over there on West 70th Street in order to do what was called Congress. And excuse me, just 1 second there. So yeah, we would do Congress, and it would a lot of time be followed up like at the end of it with a picnic. There, we had like a little church picnic and everything. Had one of the church picnics that had pictures from it. Yeah, but like I say, had fun there and everything. Um, Also, let's see, in this also with this Congress, there was I think I want to say a Congress program, and one of the people who was over the program with a guy, Brother Nightingale. Um, and yeah, he for a while he did do some directing for us, and like he had, this was the first time that I remember we had the divisions of soprano, alto, and tenor. Um, now I think they may have acknowledged that before then, but I think it was more emphasized when Brother Nightingale was in, to the point where I'm just gonna admit it, he kind of, because I told my mom about it after church was out. Because obviously, yeah, as a kid, you don't want to, cause a scene and be disrespectful, um, in front of the other adults. They telling y'all, okay, no, you do this. Um, but I didn't. But one thing that really got me upset was he put me with the altos there. This is why I was, like I said, I was a kid. As a kid, I wanted, being, that I was a boy, young boy and everything. I wanted to sing up there with the other fellas, with the tenors, like I say, nothing against the girls, but mostly the especially the sopranos and especially the altos. All of them, mostly girls. Now I know there are some male altos, and you also got some male sopranos. Michael Jackson, I think he was a soprano. So, yeah, that is a thing. But at New Bethlehem, all of our sopranos and altos at that time were girls there, and so all the boys were basically back there with the tenors. So, yeah, I was like, why can't I be up there with the guys? And he said, like, your voice is alto, so that's why you're down here with the altos. All right, now let's see. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Like, oh boy. So yeah, that was one of the things I was not, like I say, and you have, like I say, you have, I say, not to discourage anybody other than, but there's always going to be some, especially when especially growing up like I have, that you're gonna have those grown moments. So just saying, just putting it out there. But yeah, it was. So yeah, the soprano, alto, and tenor. Um, and then of course, like I said, we had a Congress program, and it was it was kind of fun. Speaking of, like, I was just singing just then, this is actually the way Brother Nightingale sang there. And he did just like Bobby Jones. He put some energy into it. So give him credit for that. There, he said, yeah, y'all, let's say amen, y'all. I say amen, y'all. When I woke up this morning with my mind stay on Jesus. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. Oh, kind of like that there. And they'll say, well, at least it's church and not American Idol there. 'Cause be like, someone probably look over and say, "Oh, shut up, Simon." So, yeah, yeah. Like I say, we singing our best for the Lord, not for the American Idol judges. So, yeah. So yeah, that was. Oh gosh, checking my hotspot there. Um. So yeah, there was that program, and also there was a really good song in that program. He's all over me, dun, 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 and he's keeping me alive. He's all over me, and he's keeping me alive. I know he is keeping me alive. He's keeping me alive. Dun, dun, dun. He's in my hand, in my feet. I can't hardly keep my seat. He's in my spirit and my soul, and I'll never grow old. He's in my heart and in my mind, and I'm glad that he's mine. He's all over me, and he's keeping me alive. I know he is keeping me alive. He's keeping me alive. Especially the part where they like, like like the always in part of the song where they, get filled with the spirit again. He's all over me. And then like it would be this boy. He's on the left. He's on the left. He's on the right. He's in the front and back, under me, over me, and he's living that is that. He's on the right, on the left, and the front and the back, under me, over me. And yeah, brother Nightingale really got into that with us there. I mean, there was a part because they were filming the program. There's a part where they actually just come over the Nightingale and the camera is on him for a long time, just right on the front and the back. Yeah, he's almost like Grover in Sesame Street. Was it around, 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 over and under and through, near, far. Now, did you understand that? You didn't. Oh, when he had to go and he went over so many times. I know my mom really liked that, like Grover. See, she got a laugh out of seeing Grover do that. There, that was one of her favorite Sesame Street episodes there with Grover. So, yeah, just imagine if Grover was at the church singing with us. He'd be like, "He's all over me, and he's keeping me alive. He's on the left, he's on the right, out the front, out back, over me, and he's living down the side." Throw in Elmo with him while you're at it. Elmo would like to praise the Lord. so yeah, obviously we were having fun with that there. Just the jamming in the movie. Tree Moore Library. Okay. So yeah, like I said, despite me being put with the altos, now there was another I think a couple other guys that were with me on the alto group, so it didn't feel quite as bad there. I said, okay, I guess, well, at least I'm not the only guy here. I'm not just saying, like I say, nothing against the girls. I'm not saying that, but I just wanted to be with the tenors there. Eventually, I would though. Eventually, that would happen. Um, so then we had enough. Now there was that Congress, and my favorite event, my favorite program, while I was still in elementary, was our youth musical. I think I was. Let's see. I'm trying to think. It was 1996. Yeah, 1996. There. When I was like 8 years old. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we started, and Minister Webb was leading and everything, and it started the opening song that we marched in to the choir stand. We like, how and speaking of march in, whenever we had Sunday school at church, after like the Sunday school class, we all get together. We do a march around the not the outside the church, but inside a march inside the church, singing, "We are soldiers in the army. We got to fight, although we got to grind. We got to hold up the bloodstained banner. We got to hold it up until we die." Yeah, so we would do that for the march into this to our youth musical in '96. Um, the song. This is a really good song, and I actually have this song on my iTunes. It's called "Jesus Is Mine," and I the only nitpick I have on my iTunes, they they sing "Jesus Is Mine," but they don't do what we did at church. This is what we did that I wish iTunes would have done. Give me a J, J. Give me an E, E. Give me an S, S. And give me a U, U. Give me to the S. And Jesus is mine. Jesus is is mine everywhere, everywhere that I go, everywhere that I be. Oh, Jesus is mine. Yeah, I wish they did the. Yeah, that was the. I mean, yeah, you got that little cheer for Jesus there and bringing into the song. Yeah, why you drop whoever? Now maybe there might be a version. I might need to look up if there's a version that does the maybe from another church or something like that. But yeah, that I was like, why did they do? Give me a J, give me an E, give me an S, give me a U, give me an S, F, Jesus Christ. Yeah, cheer for Jesus. Yeah, people were singing Hosanna for Jesus now. So, Hosanna, Hosanna, Jesus, Hosanna, Hosanna, Jesus, Hosanna, Jesus, Hosanna, Jesus. So, yeah, get it pumped, pump. We gonna get it pumping, pumping for the Holy Ghost. So, yeah, so. Yeah, we had that there. They sang Jesus on the main line, and for the master ceremony for this one, trying to think, I think it's no, it wasn't show. It was I can't think of this guy's name, but he, but he was, but like like the other people that did, master of ceremony, he was energetic. But he can't. But when he entered, he said, "Hold out, hold out, hold out. You know I promised the Lord that I would hold out until He meets me in Galilee." He said, "The Lord is good." I said, "The Lord is good." Well, I promised the Lord that I will hold out, hold out. Everybody now, hold out. I promised the Lord that I would hold out until He meets me in Galilee. That the Lord is so. Yeah, then he kind of gave a little testimony before he read the program and stuff. Say that the Lord came to me, and it just, I felt them all over me. I looked at my hands, they were new. Dun dun dun. I looked at my feet. It wasn't the shoes that I had on, but they were new. I looked at my body. It did too. I said, "What's going on?" It was nothing but the Holy Ghost all over me. He's all over me. But then now, man, we go into He's all over me. So yeah, so like Big Mama's house, what she say? Won't it be a happy day? That's the song. Thank you, Ray Charles. So um so yeah, he read the program and everything. We sang some more songs. And this, I think I may have actually got to be with the tenors at this point. Not completely sure, but I think I got to be with the tenor. I'm assuming by where I was positioned in the choir at this point. Um, but I do know we had some guest performances. Very interesting guest performance. One of the guest performances would actually also be a guest at my uncle's church there when he came back to Pastor St. Peter. But at our musical, it said, "May His peace be with you till we meet again. May His peace be with you till we meet again." Yeah, so that was a little trio that was singing the song. They sort of had like they were sort of directing one another. Till we read that distant shore, and we should shed no tear no more. may give you strength to endure till we meet again. So yeah, we had that going there. And then of course the big finale of the musical, melodies, melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, rain down on me, rain down. Melodies from heaven, rain down on me. Fill me, fill me with your precious Holy Ghost, and rain down. And yeah, so we got happen and little something about that song. There's a funny story about that song. A lot of us, and let me know if you thought this too, EJ. Let me if you thought this before you found out, uh, or if this is your first time finding it out. For a long time, a lot of us at my church, including myself, we when we heard melodies from heaven and it say rain down on me, we were thinking of RAIN, rain on me. Let me double check, make sure. Yeah, I don't want to. Let's see, melodies from heaven lyrics. Oh, never. I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I checked. Okay, it is rain down on me. Okay, they are saying RAIN. So that's what that. Okay, that is what they're saying. So we had it right. For some reason, we thought that for years later, for some reason, some of us started to think that it was rain down on me, like REIGN, but no, we actually had it right. RAIN, and so yeah, so I had it right. So we had it right then, especially years later when I made a music video with that song on one of my older channels. With footage from that music from the musical I'm talking about there, and also actual footage of it raining outside. Melodies from heaven, yeah. And another song involved the rain. Let it rain, open the floodgates of heaven. So yeah, so yeah, melodies from heaven. It was leaning on everlasting arm, leaning on. You want sunshine on a cloudy day. You gotta keep leaning on. Oh, and then of course the real kicker song. Uh, He'll work it out. The Lord will work it out. I know the Lord will work it out. If you can't fix it, the Lord will do the rest. I know the Lord will work it out. You know, to work it out, work it out, work it out, work it out, work it out. He'll do it. He'll do it. He'll do it. He'll do it. we was. I think that was kind of the finale of the musical right there. That may have been a few other songs, but that I think that was kind of the main meat finale there. So yeah, them musicals were pumping. Like how like we talking about a lot of the old TV shows with the theme songs and stuff that be getting us hyped up and everything. The Thundercats, like all Transformers, all that. Them all the gospel songs that we were exposed to when we went to church growing up. Those songs would pump you up, and you still got some today. Old drum, yeah, artists like Kirk Franklin and stuff like that. Yeah, you still got some pumping songs to even in today's time there. Especially from the early 2000s leading into today. But it was a lot more. But that's I think what it is a lot. If any of the songs that still pump today kind of were inspired from the earlier songs there, kind of like, almost like, like some songs or have remakes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's that there. So yeah, that it had that musical. Ooh, I'm, I'm still still got my energy. So it was another thing. Yeah, I know I mentioned about the plays and stuff like that. Church lock in. Um, then let's see. Want to say now this does kind of link with the church. It has somewhat of a link to the church. Um, when I started middle school, we had what was called FCA, and I think there are not just mine, but I think there's other schools that have this too. EJ, did your school have FCA? Let me give me a give me a one in the chat there if your school had FCA, and if you ever went to a school with FCA, fellow Christian athletes there. But yeah, we had that at the middle school I went to, Uri Drive, and they we would have our FCA meetings actually over at Broadmoor Baptist Church right down the street from Uri, and then like real early before class and everything, then come down, for regular class and stuff. Um, so we had that. So that was kind of part of a little piece of church with mixed in with school and stuff. Um, what? Let's see. I want to. I'm trying to think. I know at one. Okay, speaking of middle school, I do know because I'm trying to think not just New Bethlehem but some other things. I know I mentioned about my Uncle Ricky. I mean, I didn't say the name. So yeah, yeah, I'll just leave it with that there. But anyway, yeah, Pat also, yeah, I might as well go say, because he's, I mean, they got the church that he pastored now is pretty much on Facebook and everything. Pastor Arthur Douglas Jr. We call him Uncle Ricky. Well, I call him Uncle Ricky. A lot of us should call him Ricky. Um, but um, he came back when I had just got out of the sixth grade to pastor St. Peter Baptist Church, and those St. Peter Baptist Church. They was at that point when he started at St. Peter. They was on Uri Drive, um, and I remember one of the things I remember the most. We went was a revival they had once with a guest preacher, Pastor Adrian Johnson. Um, and I think I mentioned him in one of my other videos. Pastor Adrian Johnson. He sort of looked a lot like Sherman Klump from Nutty Professor, and he had a brother that looked a lot like Buddy Love. And when I first saw these two, his brother was a minister that at his church where he pastored at. And the first thing I thought, they got Sherman and Buddy in the pulpit there. So uh, one of the things when they had a youth night during the revival, and the one thing he was preached about how the devil has a hold on us and how God gets the devil to let go of us. And the example he used was the Lion King. He said, now y'all know, don't I'm talking to my youth here. Y'all know about that Lion King. You know Mufasa had that little messenger owl. He calls Zazu an owl there. Uh, his little messenger owl went over the Scar, told him about how he missed the ceremony. Scar came up and said how hungry he was and tried to eat Zazu, but Mufasa showed up and said, Scar, drop him. And that's the and see that in life, when Satan comes around and tries to catch us in the grasp of his jaws, God comes up and tells him, Satan, drop them. Because God is not going to let Satan get a hold of his children. No. So yeah, he had. So yeah, I remember him using that example there. Also during that revival, the guests from New Beth that visited New Bethlehem singing "May His peace be with you till we meet again." They came to uh, they came to St. Peter. They had a few more they had a little bigger group because when they first time we saw them, there was just three of them, but now they had kind of a little group with a director and everything, and so they got there, did a little performance. So, Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, and why not every man? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel, Daniel, Daniel? Didn't my Lord deliver Daniel? Then why not every man? So yeah, they did that song. That song really challenges your voice in singing. Don't talk to my any of y'all watching that's y'all do it y'all are really like I mean like really real like major singers. No, I know you one of them, EJ. like big singers. And I'm not necessarily mean like celebrity, nothing like that, but I mean like especially like at your church or maybe where like maybe you're in the glee club or something like the church or your glee club or wherever it is that you're singing in there, like little group or something like that. Yeah, the songs like Daniel could really challenge your voice, even if you're real good with the singing there. Having to make sure that, like I said, you make sure like your voice don't give out and stuff like that. Uh, it's like, um, but then why not every man? And there was that at that part, people thought the song was over, but then it's like, step my foot on the gospel ship, and the ship began to sail. It landed me over, okay, my Lord. Wait for it. And I didn't rebuild no more. My Lord. Yeah, that could really would challenge you there. That was one of those really challenging songs there. Um, but I would, but don't get me wrong, I would because I've sung it for what we had. We had something called Youth in Action that we would do on a regular basis. At On youth Sundays, where at my church we like certain the youth they would put on like little solo performances of certain things there. Sometimes duets with one of the others there. So yeah, it was Youth in Action. So, yeah, so that was that at St. Peter as well. Then when I got to high school, ninth grade, that's when St. Peter, um, when all the members from St. Peter, they had another building that they moved to, which was right down the street from their old location, and it had a little ceremony of going from their old church to the new church. They actually walked since it was right down the street. They lit all them gathered. And they actually walked from the old church across Uri Drive Street and down the little roadway to their new church. Now for like their people that were up in age, the elderly people, or maybe they yeah up in age, stuff like that. They had limos for them, so yeah, the elderly get to ride in style there. Yeah, so like I say, so yeah, that was a pretty big celebration with that there. With their church there, and excuse me. And then of course, like I say, I'm trying to think. I want to say, I know there was some things with high school at church. I'm trying to think. Okay, I know there was the plays that we had. plays. We had different plays, like Easter stuff like that. From time to time, the Abraham play. Um, then I want to say, as time went on, got to adulthood, and I started college and stuff like that. Of course, met Christina. Went There was a moment when I found, and I think this is actually meant, like I say, definitely check out the video of how I met Christina. It's on the channel. We put it out last Christmas, and it actually mentions in there about when, because we were reading from a book that we had wrote, and this book, well, a book we wrote and everything together about how we met, and she was and it mentions how from the part, because I wrote part of it and she wrote part of it. The part she wrote, there was a part of, like, when she admitted to me that she had not been baptized. She had been in church, but she had never been baptized. Um, so and then over time, talking with her about salvation and stuff like that. Um, and we she decided to accept Christ into her life and get baptized. Um, at shortly after that, there. Um, so with that, yeah, there's more information in that video. Um, so at the time Christina was exposed to church life with me, she actually attended New Beth. I mean, she visited. I'm sorry, she visited New Bethlehem with me as a guest one time, one time at New Bethlehem. The next time that she came to church with me, I was at First Baptist at this point with my mom and dad there, and we had moved up membership at First Baptist of Cedar Grove. Um, so we were there. There was quite some good little things going on there, and of course I've mentioned about the plays we did there too, and all that. One play where Christina and I got to play Mary and Joseph there. Um, in my acting history. Um, but First Baptist is where Christina got baptized. At the time, Pastor Henry Armington Sr. was the pastor at the time, and they got Christina baptized and everything. So now because she had accepted Christ into her life, and shortly after that, I I had decided to hey, I want to marry her, because we had started dating before she got baptized there. Um, yes. Oh, and that just reminded me. It was something. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go on and mention this, but like I said, just dude, it's kind of a weird, memory, but it did take place at church. Uh, um, so I'm gonna go and say it. When I was 16, because I wrote a lot of different stuff in my journals there. When I was 16, there during, I think it was during summer vacation, there was a young girl who had got baptized there. I'm not going to say her name, but she was actually 10 years old. This is the kind of strange part there. But just bear with me. I'm 16, she's 10 years old, and see, when I saw her come out, from being baptized, it kind of reminded me of when I got baptized. And for some reason or another, I developed a crush on her and wanted to talk to her. Now, the thing was, she was actually from Texas and a member of another church, but the only reason she was getting baptized at New Bethlehem was because her family had a real knew they knew Pastor Odom really well there. So um, yeah, I say I called myself was like, well, okay, I know there's a big age difference between us, but when we're both adults, we can start dating. Yeah, yes, that. Well, you can see now that wasn't gonna happen there. Yeah, and probably for they always say sometimes we ask for stuff because a lot of times we ask God for certain things. There are some things we ask God for that we don't get, but sometimes, but a lot of times if we don't get it, we ask God for it, we don't get it. There's a good reason that we don't get it. Yeah, there are some things we ask for that we really don't need to get. So I'm just that I think that would be an example of one of them because yeah, like I say, when they found out like, oh, Gabe has a little crush on Morgan, that's so cute. Yeah, 16 and she's 10. Yeah, but that might not be so cute in a couple of years. I'm just going as the pastor as Pastor Armington say, y'all gonna get that when you get home. So yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. So yeah, that's what I did. I said it was kind of weird there. And also, I'm coming back to my first Baptist day, but like I say, some of this is coming to me. I know it's out of order, but I have to. When it comes to me, I have to say it. Um, Before that, when I was let's rewind back to freshman year. Still at New Bethlehem, 14 years old. There was another girl I had a crush on. Now she was about now the age difference that me and this girl had was about like 2 years. Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't too bad there. What? Yeah, so this was a little bit more normal. Um, but anyway, they it was said that this girl was kind of Down syndrome and everything. Of course, I didn't really care. There, no, they say my thing was she's cute. So yeah, I didn't really care about all that there. I mean, so yeah, I'm like Goofy. I'm hey, if I like you, you like me. Hey, that's what worked for me. So uh like I say, I got a little crush on. I kind of thought that. Oh, okay. Okay. I actually thought that she had a crush on me. Then I developed a crush on her, and I remember sitting next to her at church. There, she never really said a whole lot there. She was just kind of quiet a lot. But yeah, I remember I would try to sit with her, uh, sit with her, and be like, hi, and so it was a while of that. I did tell her that I had a crush on her and everything. Not completely sure exactly what she said back, but a little bit later, it was a little bit later, I had a very unfortunate surprise. Turns out she okay, so turns out she really wasn't interested in me. Okay, that does happen. Okay, so that I mean, okay, yeah, that it's a teenagers, that happen. But this was the thing. Not it. I mean, okay, it's a little disappointing. But what was really a shocker? Not that she wasn't interested in me, but and also she said she had a boyfriend. Also, she was because she had a foster because she was a foster child too. She was pretending to be 'cause they say like not only Down syndrome but also was kind of had a learning disability there. She was she in I quote to this is what she said this to me. that she was faking that. And I'm like, oh, why you got everybody thinking that that you got to learn? That's what I want them to think. Okay, well, well. Look here, I think this little crush here, whatever. I think this is. I think we do it. I'm gonna step out of this here, cause yeah, I can't. Yeah, that was a big shock there. Yeah, more like I say, not being interested in me, I could take, but you fooling people into thinking that you're a certain way, and your own foster mom too. Okay, like I say, do to me what you will, but I mean, come on now, that's kind of low, though. Ooh, so yeah, that was that. I had to mention that little moment there. So going back to First Baptist, Christina they got baptized and everything. Now at least me and Christina are still together, and she is still who she is. She ain't fake nothing. She is who she is and who she always has been. So I just the same with me. I am who I am. Like God said in Ten Commandments, I am who I am, and that's all that I am. So yeah, no say so yeah, like I say, Christina got baptized and everything. We're attending church and stuff like that. And and of course, as mentioning how I met her and everything, there was the proposal, and then of course she accepted the second proposal though. When she accepted and agreed to marry me, we announced it at we was on our way to Bible study when I proposed on our way to Bible study to her, and when we got to the church and they dismissed and everything, and well they had a thing at First Baptist whenever we did at the end of Bible study we would all gather together, hold hands, and do a closing prayer. But before we did it, we would ask if anybody had prayer requests or something they wanted to briefly mention to the church. And so we took that opportunity and like say, hey, Christina and I are now engaged there. Like, oh, congratulations, yay! And, so yeah, we announced that at the church right before they did the closing prayer. Um, and let's see, there was see what the other moments they had. Oh yes, big at First Baptist, we were part of the nursery ministry. Um, one and about that nursery ministry, I actually was a part. I actually had volunteered for a daycare at my high school during senior year, and the reason why was because like as I said in other videos, we want a kid of our own, everything. Um, so back then it was like, so now I I always expected to have a kid. Now, obviously, not while I was in high school though, but I always thought, okay, like when I get out of school, meet Miss Wright and everything, and we kind of get to know each other, kind of form a relationship, and then get married. And then we'll have some kids there. So I took the daycare class at school, volunteer daycare, to so I would know what kind of at least a sample of what to expect. When dealing with small kids and stuff there, in order to kind of have some, you know, some knowledge of having my own kid there. Real good there. Real good. The kids were real attached to me at that daycare there. Like, here comes Gabe, like that cool uncle. So at church, at First Baptist, we went. Now Christina had taken up child development and got, as I showed y'all in the spring cleaning. We have there's a certificate that from Southern University for child development that Christina got. So we had that hanging in daycare. Well, not right away, because when we first volunteered in the church nursery, there was somebody else that was running it, and so we was under the person who was running it first. Then it sort of shut down for a while. I think I want to say some point in 2009. So then eventually, when it Mother's Day of 2010, um, I made the step up to I want to be over the nursery ministry and opened it and got the got with the pastor and got it opened back up there. And so had so of course Christina would I'd say, well, Christina was working with me there by my side. Also, to kind of help us out there, the person who was over it, she decided to come back under us to help us out there. Uh, and also my mom, she helped us out down there on certain Sundays, and then we had one other person, one of the elders of the church, to really kind of be like the grandma of the nursery there. So this was how we and this is this church nursery. This is how we got attached with Lanice with Lanisha, the one. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but she when she got a little older, she came up with the character Dora, first in my Heroes of Dream books, and then when I started making the Star Trek comic books, she decided to make a comic for her Dora for the character Dora. But she only got one out, and then she decided that she didn't want to do it anymore. But she at least got a little taste of what it was like to be a writer and everything. So like I say, that's at least that's good. I mean, kid, like I say, still young. She still got time to kind of decide what she really want to do and stuff like that there. But at least it's good to get a little taste of something to sort of give you some options of what to choose from once because she's about to graduate, should be graduating this year. So yeah, I guess once she graduates, she'll probably have a better idea of what she really wants to get into there, whether it be writing or something else. But anyways, that's but she wrote her first book, which was of course Dora the Cat Fairy, and in sort of a futuristic New Orleans there. So that's how we ended up meeting up with her in that nursery, along with some other kids. When Nisha first came, when we first met up with Nisha in that nursery, she was actually she was like a little baby. I mean, like really young. Um, and when she first came to us in that nursery, she did not want to come to us at all. And she would be just crying and everything. Then, I don't know how long it took before this happened, but then she got attached to us and she didn't want to go to nobody else but me and Christina. So it kind of yeah, so she got used to us, but then she didn't want to go like one of the other kids wanted to, like, hey, can I play with you, Nisha? And she started clinging to so I was trying to let her down to play to so they could go play. She jumped back, clinging back to me. No, no. I was like, Nisha, he wants to play. Nisha, he wants to play with you. So yeah, that went on for a while. And then eventually, she started but I think she got like 2 years old and started kind of opening up a little bit there. But yeah, we started. I guess you basically say we started because we me and Christina, we knew Nisha before I took over the nursery. So, yeah. Matter of fact, in think I want to say 2010. So wait, I think what it was the nursery. So the nursery I think closed down at some point in 2010. Maybe I would say somewhere between February and March actually, and then that Mother's Day reopened when I was like, hey, I want to take over the nursery. So yeah, so it was like a brief moment that it was closed down there. Because because in reading I said because I remember January of 2010. There's a photo of me with Nisha, and I'm reading a little book to her there, and it's sort of and first thing some people looked at say, oh, it's like, oh, look at that there. So so yeah, so that was that. Yeah, but when we took over the nurse when we took over the nursery ministry, so we had Nisha there. The first kid that actually came down there, but now Nisha was with us from the beginning before this, but the first kid that started there under me over the nursery ministry, was a girl named Erica. She was there on my first day as ministry leader, and the Christina, I think she wasn't able to make it that day, but so it was me and mom down there in the nursery with Erica. So and like I say, my mom, she really helped a lot with, like, okay, because she's retired now, but she's a school teacher. She was a school teacher though, and so she had a lot of things that she helped us out with as far as like, getting like, okay, well, what you gonna do with these kids? You gotta have a little lesson plan. You got, from I know it's just every Sunday, but you just gotta have a little plan. And so she really helped us out a lot with that. And also the fact that it was every Sunday as opposed to, like Monday through Friday, like a regular school week. Yeah, it was a lot. It was at least kind of easy to, work something like that there. So now, like I say, I wouldn't try to go like into an official nursery. I did try to get into the Brookwood Nursery. I probably announced it on some other channels there that I was trying to do that. But yeah, it never really happened. But like I say, there's some other stuff at Brookwood that I'm probably going to try to get in, try to get into as well. So yeah, like I say, can't get in there. I'm going to try something else. Like I said, my thing with, being involved with something down at Brookwood where we're at now, my thing is, just, fellowship and, try to, get to know my members better and everything. So so my reason for wanting to be, part of something at Brookwood is, like I say, get with other people that's in what I'm into and everything, and like, oh hey, I'm Gabriel, I'm David, so that would so I would know, be able to be more familiar with, my members because we got a lot of members at Brookwood there. Oh boy, that's a big church. So it's a good church though. Don't get me wrong, but it's real big there. And like I say, Pastor David Rice, real good pastor there. Kind of Brookwood kind of makes me think of it's sort of like being back at New Bethlehem a little bit, especially New Bethlehem, but mixed with like say being at school, but it's church though. Because we take notes and everything. They have these little pamphlets for us to take notes. Now sometimes we don't get those. It depends on what they might have. Because every so often they kind of sometimes they'll change some stuff up, do a little something different, a little spontaneous there. But most of the time, yeah, we have these little pamphlets, take notes on, sermon notes there, and yeah, it's real good because it really helps you really helps you focus when the preacher's up there, because then you haven't to, you gotta jot because they have like the little blanks on and stuff you have to fill out. So yeah, it's really good with that focus there, especially someone like myself with ADHD and a little bit of autism, much like Christina, but especially that ADHD. So yeah, that focus, yeah, it really does help in focusing because yeah, you got something down there as the preacher's preaching there, and then he's going to get to certain points where like, okay, now this goes to this blank and stuff like that. Um, Sort of like I'm making sure you're paying attention. So yeah, it really helps a lot there. And like you say, like I say, especially me and Christina, we and then being up there with our let's say with Big Sis Casey, of course, there. Um, yes, and I think there was a it was a part. Now I'm not now like I say, it's the details I'm not really going to go into on that, but it was like I say, there was a point in time where like I was, which there have been times like that in general, but where I was at work a lot on Sundays, uh, but eventually something kind of went on with First Baptist there. That and so my mom and dad sort of they had decided to go on with they decided to move over to my brother's church on my dad's oldest son to his church that he pastors, and so I was trying to kind of now first thing you probably thinking like, well, why didn't you just go over there where your mom and dad went? Well, I wasn't for sure at first, and then that's when the thought of Brookwood hit me there, and when me and Christina visited Brookwood, and like they got, and Casey kind of even, like yeah, it's if you want to come here, yeah, yeah, come on, man, there, and that's what we've been ever since 2019. We've been at Brookwood, so it's been 6 years since we've been at Brookwood Baptist there. So yeah, like I say, that's quite a history of my, growing up in the church there, getting on, going on up in it and everything. Say singing and singing and hymning and say crushing and stuff like that. So as I say, yeah, it's quite a history there. So let's see what time get up in the gun. Start kind of wrapping it up. I'm about a few minutes away from 2 hours there. Sort of like kind of like what you was trying to do there with your stream, EJ. That kind of get a good length of time for a live stream. They got okay, got a message from Big Sis Casey. Okay, okay, she had a little some of her family and stuff were over. So okay. Okay, that's fine there, Like I say. Yeah, hope like I say, I put it this way, Case, you say which I'm saying this at the end of the video, but yeah, when Case looks at this on the replay, yeah, it's a 2 hours, yeah, you probably like the Captain America movie. So you definitely want to get you some popcorn or something. Say the popcorn while you watch Gabe's church history movie, or I guess you could say like a documentary or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, in the last minute and everything. So that's pretty much it and everything. Let me say, I don't want to get my voice out either. There, I've been doing a lot of that. I love. Don't get me wrong. I love singing, and we all love to sing, but we got to rest our voice there. Say, otherwise, it'd be like Goku when he turned Super Saiyan 3, and the actor gave his voice out there from all that screaming. So, Uh, so yeah, you like what you heard and seen, everything. Me, getting all excited about the church history and stuff. And oh, I don't know, it made my hands kind of look out of place there. But anyway, like what you heard and saw, definitely like, share, and subscribe. If, especially those of y'all watch this on the replay. Uh, Definitely get our available books, and also support us on that Patreon, just like your boy RJ the Supreme. Fix this, Casey in the Iceman universe. And also hang out with us on Facebook and Discord, and also here in these live streams, like EJ's doing with us here, as well as also our other the other one that's was kind of in and out there, listening to it as well. Janara and Billy from Power Rangers, and also uh, definitely let's say do some stuff on that McCary app there, and like I said before, Discord and Facebook as well. And we will see y'all in the next video. I got a few videos I need to get up on here that I had on Patreon for a long time, but I have not dropped them here on YouTube, so they will be coming along. And there's gonna be another live stream. I can't think what it's gonna be, but I do plan to do another live stream Thursday. I gotta think. Tomorrow I should be able to um, kind of get together what I want Thursday stream to be, um, along with some other stuff that I take care of. And also, yeah, I will be watching your stream, EJ, to catch up. I will be watching your Monday stream so I can see what you guys were doing and everything. So, yeah, I'll be doing that. And like I say, we'll have a stream on Thursday, and you will find what it's going to be about. You will find out when I get ready to announce that I'm going to be going live there. It will be there because I'll have a thumbnail and everything. So yep. So just be on the lookout for a stream on Thursday and find out what it's going to be. And we will see y'all in the next video or live stream. Y'all take care, everybody. Peace.